What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. Last time, we explored the inverted Colosseum and Chapel, and we killed Beelzebub. So, today, we continue our way, as always, through the inverted castle. What's actually in this area? Okay. Just trying to get my bearings here. When you have access to everything at once, this area can be can mess with your brain a little bit. It's a little convoluted. Plus, it doesn't help that it's a little hard, like I said a few times, to wind your way through everything quite so well. That was a horrible statement, I'm sorry. I speak good sometimes. This is not one of them. Okay, so this pathway leads back to the clock room, so we don't have to worry about going down there, because obviously we did that already when we had a little bit of extra time on the clock statue. I don't know if you can even see these on the recordings, but there's these semi-invisible items called bitterflies. Items? Semi-invisible enemies called bitterflies who like flash. You can periodically see them. They're pretty annoying, but if you're watching for them, it's not too hard to notice where they are. I'm a little low on hearts right now, but I don't think I actually really have any big need for any sub-items for like the rest of the game, so might as well hit up the save room. Okay. So on paper, this room works out in the route, but in practice, this is probably going to be like the most painful room ever. Wow. I actually got in here? That easily? That's ridiculous. And that's like a shaman shield or something that I don't care about. There's no way I'm going to be able to get to the top. Not a chance in hell. Especially considering I failed miserably at the gravity jump. So this is... you may recall that there is an elevator here in the normal castle. Clearly there's no elevator here any longer. Instead we have imps, which make ascending somewhat difficult. Because they do that. At least I managed to get onto that. Okay, well, yeah, this is why this room is so annoying. Because you have to... the only way to really do it is either get super lucky or just kind of go up, get the attention of some of the imps, and then wait for them to inevitably hit you and knock you back down to the bottom. At which point they'll chase you back to the bottom, and then you just kill them. So, more lesser demons. It's honestly probably not worth your time to actually kill these guys, because they only give you 1 experience. And some of them are going to fly up in the air. And I explained when I faced the previous lesser demon how when they fly up in the air, sometimes they'll start summoning minions. And this is especially bad in this area because when these lesser demons summon minions, they summon other lesser demons. And as you can imagine, that's kind of a nasty chain. They're summoners who summon other summoners. So I've screwed up badly and had to get really out of hand and had a room full of like 30 lesser demons before. And like I said, they're not even worth killing. They don't give you any experience. They're only going to be giving you 1 experience apiece. Holy jeez, why was that soul steal so hard? It's like ever since I came to the inverted castle, I'm failing at the inputs even more than normal. I thought that was going to be a life max up, not a katana. I don't need the katana, it does not help me at all. So just work my way backwards through this area a little bit here. In the normal castle, this place is called the Alchemy Lab. I believe in the inverted castle it's called the Necromancy Lab. If that's something that you care about. This area isn't super bad, but it's somewhat obnoxious. Okay, so we caught back up. Just because it's got a lot of enemies that kind of combine together to be kind of annoying. The gremlin plants the fire, and the bitterflies kind of follow you around. So that's a lot of kind of like random stuff just sitting around there. Then the Salem witch shoots stuff at you, and then when one of these things inevitably hits you, you get knocked down to the bottom of the screen where those little spike traps smash you in the face. It's a nasty combination. Sometimes, anyways. So far, it's honestly not going as bad as it sometimes does. Oh my god, ouch. Okay, good. I got hit by the fire instead of the spikes, so that worked out. Stupid bitterfly, get away from me. I can't even see you. Ah, all the Salem witches. All the failed soul steals. Okay, so that area is all explored at least, so now we can start heading back towards... I don't know what it's called, like I think it's just called the inverted entrance. This is fire being held within a spoon? That's what it looks like. The annoying thing about this fire is it makes it so that you can't really just gravity jump up here like I would prefer. Ugh, hit the wall. Stay away from me, lesser demons! I don't know why I'm even bothering to fight these guys. There's really no reason to. Okay, well this guy's in my way. Now I'm just vengeful, so he gets to die. Okay. So that's another annoying area that we're through. Only a couple more left. These guys don't seem threatening, and like they don't really do any damage or anything. But sometimes their little bouncy bone things can be really freaking annoying. Get that save point real quick. The Jack of Bones are another one of those situations where it's like, if you let them throw a bajillion bones, that's when things kind of start to get bad. Where does this even lead? Where am I? Does this lead to the teleporter? I think it does, actually. Let's hit that up. Map completion! I should have dashed off the ledge and bat transformed there. Oh well. Those guys, Nova Skeletons, they're a tricky bunch. Which way am I going here? I guess I want to go in here to take a look at that. Did I say Nova Skeletons were tricky? Tricky is not really the right word for them. Basically all they do is they have like a laser beam that they shoot from their stomach. And they take forever to use it, and there's a huge telegraph. But if they hit you with it, it's going to do a ton of damage. Although also, they have a weapon that they drop. They have a chance of dropping. I believe it's called the Terminus. And it's a pretty good weapon. I should be chain wing smashing right here. Or doing a single wing smash and then failing. It seems to be the way of Norm. The way of Norm. the norm of late. This room can be pretty bad. Blue Venus Weeds are some of the most annoying enemies in the entire game. If you don't get like the inside, not the inside angle, but if you can't hit them in the right... Oh god, Nova Skeleton. Especially when combined with Nova Skeletons. If you can't get in the right spot to hit them, those Blue Venus Weeds or whatever they're called can be really annoying. And the Nova Skeletons just complicate things further because they're like adding pressure to you from the side. So it's like, better kill that weed fast or I'm gonna smack you in the face with my giant laser stomach. That's just a flame boomerang, which is not very useful to me. And now I get to do it backwards. Block projectiles. I like to use Soul Steal when I'm standing up here because it gives, like, standing up here I have the time that I don't have to worry about the Nova Skeletons. So as long as the this thing is not shooting her little they have the ability to shoot little thorns at you. As long as she's not throwing thorns at you, there's nothing to stop you from doing Soul Steal. Like, there's nothing to interrupt your inputs. And then the other one's obviously not too hard. So another... Actually, no, I don't want to Wing Smash through here, because this room's kind of funny. You fight these guys in the other room too, but they don't do this in the other room. When you kill the rider of these Ouroboros, for some reason in this room, the Ouroboros like turns and joins your side. And they just like kind of float around and hit bad guys for you. So that's kind of funny. It's convenient. Ooh, there's a Terminus. Terminus Est. So Terminus Est is actually not Dark Elemental, which is handy. Apparently it gives you a little bit of defense. That's cool. I didn't know that. And it's Poison Elemental, which very few things in this game are resistant to poison. And it also has the ability to poison your enemies, which does... I didn't need that. It does the same thing that it does to you. It decreases their defense and their offense. So that can be pretty handy. So the Terminus is a very handy weapon to have. It's pretty good. And it's actually not even that low a drop rate. Of course, we're going to be getting a better weapon before too long, but... I almost got hit by that Nova Skeleton. And this is what happens when you screw up a Wing Smash in the middle of the inverted entrance. Lovely, ain't it? Don't know if you can do the thing with the wolf form and the Wing Smash backwards in the inverted castle. Like, I don't know how you get up there to do the wolf dash through here. I didn't even mean to turn into the wolf there, that's kind of funny. But we'll see. Oh, just fall off the ledge, it's cool, I don't mind. Okay, well, that may or may not have actually done anything. I guess we'll find out in a moment. If it didn't, then honestly, I don't really care. Oh wow, it did. That's cool. Not that there's anything useful in here, but it's map completion. All that for a single extra room. And this is where the route gets really kind of dicey. I'm not sure what the best way through here is, honestly. Screw it. I'm here now. I'm just gonna go this way. Wait. Okay, no, I'm fine. There's one item, this one very important item that I always think that I missed when I went through the entrance, but it's actually not even in the entrance. It's this way. This is also where I always end up missing some rooms because exploring those water areas are really weird. And for some reason, there's always certain spots where it doesn't seem like I can actually get certain rooms for some reason. I just don't know why. It just doesn't seem to work. Which is why it's good that I got a few extra rooms in the normal castle. Oh wait, I thought I was at the waterfall, but I'm not at the waterfall yet. Okay. I should be able to get another room here. Yeah, and that's pretty much as good as I can do in this particular area. No, I can get up here as well. That's what you get for trying to kill me, killer fish. Because they were like hurting me that one time. Here we get the Alucard Shield, which is completely and utterly ridiculous. Its defense isn't that much higher than other shields. I think you can block more projectiles with it. But the real power of the Alucard Shield comes in the form of the Shield Rod spell that you can cast with it. And I will demonstrate that once I find an enemy that's a little bit harder to kill. Oop. These cave trolls are kind of annoying. But I guess that's pretty much could be said about everything in the inverted castle. Okay, here we have the waterfall room, which works pretty much the same regardless of which way the water is going. I don't even know what item that is there, but I know I probably don't need it. And I am on the wrong side of the waterfall. Dive kick, he thought. It'll be fast, he thought. How did I... Whatever. It's all good. I got all the waterfall now. I don't even care. I don't even remember what I was exclaiming at now. Okay, so I believe the next screen... Yeah, we've got some of those plant things, and we've got these, I don't know what they're called, rock armors? These dudes that just throw rocks. So, the best way to deal with this is to do that! You just put up the Alucard Shield, and everything kind of dies. This actually isn't even the only shield that you can... Can I go up now? Yeah, let's do it. It's not the only shield that you can actually use offensively either. The blue Medusa heads have a chance of dropping Medusa Shield, which is actually does a fair amount of damage. 4 hits. That is not acceptable. Don't need to kill these guys, but there's enough of them that if you don't, it can get kind of dicey trying to get through here. And these are the same situation as all the other boss enemies. Bosses that became enemies in this inverted castle. It's like they're not worth all that much experience, but they're really annoying and they get in the way, so that's the reason to kill them. So basically what this Shield Rod spell does is it makes it so that when you have the Alucard Shield out, enemy that you hit takes 255 damage really quickly. It heals you for 8 every hit, and it gives you 1 heart every hit.
In the name of your father, cease this
It's pretty ridiculous.
Not while there's a breath in my body.
Ready for the master.
Not while there is a breath in my body.
This night.
Will you? I don't think you will. Oh, you're not done yet? Oh, he hit me. Okay, how about now? Yeah, the Alucard Shield Rod spell is pretty nuts. Like, it was to the point where I was almost unsure about actually even using it in this run just because it's so ridiculous. But I figured why not. So we gotta bring the demon back out to hit the switch again. Hit the damn switch.
This switch hasn't been pressed yet.
We'll get to it. Thank you. I go back into purgatory. The one downside about the Alucard Shield Rod spell is that it consumes MP for as long as your shield is being held out. So it means that unless you switch shields or the spell runs out, it technically costs you MP to shield dash. I wonder. Wow, you can use the shield to open up passages. That's funny. So, the Shield Rod spell isn't all good, but it's awesome enough that I think I'll forgive it for that. With the Mystic Pendant restoring MP, it's not that big a deal anyways. I should put an actual sword on, rather than the Shield Rod. The Shield Rod's great and all, but for actual combat it's not the greatest. I mean, you can use it. When you first get it, it's pretty powerful, and if you are good at doing if you're good at like jump canceling your slashes, or whatever the proper terminology for that would be, then you can still attack fairly quickly with it. I don't know why I'm bothering killing these thorn weeds. But on the topic of weapons, now we have the Alucard sword, which is ridiculously fast. Holy jeez, that's fast. Of course, it's still not as ridiculous as using the Alucard shield, but we can't always smash things with our shield. Sometimes, I guess the biggest downside to the Alucard shield is just the fact that it has a very small range, and sometimes it can be really picky just because you're basically like smashing your face into the bad guys and hoping that you hit them with their shield rather than your face. So sometimes using a proper weapon is still in order. Stupid staircase, why you gotta be right there? It wasn't that long ago that we came through this place in non-inverted state, I guess. But, just like the last abandoned mine, this one did not take very long. And so we return to... I know this place isn't called the Inverted Catacombs. I think it's called like the Air Fortress or something silly like that. But anyways, we will see what this place has in store for us on the next episode of Let's Play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Catch you later.